morning Armindo Joaquim Pacula walked into the Johannesburg Magistrates Court, surrounded by heavily armed police officers, the image felt cinematic. But this was not a movie scene. It was a raw snapshot of South Africa's urban reality in 2026. Violent crime, fragile social structures, and an overburdened justice system collide in full public view. At the center of this case is the murder of DJ Warras, who was shot dead on December 16, 2025, in the Johannesburg CBD. He was 40 years old. This was not a crime committed in a distant or invisible periphery. It happened in the economic and symbolic heart of the country's largest city, a space where nightlife, informal economies, migration, and organized crime intersect daily. To understand the significance of this court appearance, it's necessary to step back a few weeks. In December 2025, police arrested Victor Majola, charging him with premeditated murder and conspiracy to commit murder. On January 26th, his bail application was denied. In his affidavit, Majola denied any involvement, claiming mistaken identity and urging authorities to conduct a proper investigation. He also alleged that police assaulted him during his arrest. Such claims do not emerge in a vacuum. South Africa's policing history is marked by recurring allegations of brutality, particularly in high-profile criminal cases. At the same time, the justice system operates under intense public pressure, expected to deliver accountability, maintain public safety, and preserve institutional legitimacy, all at once. It is within this tense environment that the second suspect enters the picture. Armindo Joaquim Pacula, 25 years old, was arrested on January 31, 2026 in the Marathon informal settlement in Primrose, Germiston, in the eKhuluni Metro. This is a familiar urban landscape in post-apartheid South Africa. Rapid population growth, fragile infrastructure, a young and economically vulnerable population, and a high concentration of migrants. In court, Pacula appeared frightened and disoriented. The charges against him are severe: premeditated murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and contravention of the Immigration Act. Magistrate Radasi made it clear that if convicted, he faces a minimum sentence of life imprisonment. The case was postponed to February 9th to allow for verification of his address and legal status in the country. Until then, he remains in custody. The inclusion of immigration-related charges is not a minor procedural detail. It reflects one of the most sensitive fault lines in South African politics today. Violent crime cases involving foreign nationals often become catalysts for broader public debates about migration, security, and national identity. Too often, these debates ignore the structural conditions that push entire communities into informal settlements and precarious survival strategies. The murder of DJ Warras is not just a criminal case, it is a lens into deeper policy choices made over decades. Cities that expanded faster than their ability to integrate residents, policing strategies focused on reaction rather than prevention, and a justice system that intervenes only after lives are lost. When we look internationally, from Medellin in the 1990s to certain Asian megacities today, sustained reductions in urban violence did not come solely from arrests and harsh sentences. They came from deliberate investments in urban planning, economic inclusion, and social cohesion. Where those choices were not made, violence became cyclical. As the DJ Warras case moves slowly through the courts, the most important question may not be who pulled the trigger, but what kind of city Johannesburg is becoming, and what kind of urban future South Africa is willing to build. How many courtrooms, how many victims, and how many postponed hearings will it take before violence is treated not as an anomaly, but as the predictable outcome of political and structural decisions?